energy of the avatar happening elsewhere, even thousands of miles away, just with the process of direct observation. You'll be able to experience that superconscious energy, the energy radiated by the avatar. And also, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has, during the time of Samadhi, the Bhava Samadhi Darshan, revealed the Akashic readings. Akashic readings is not a prediction. It is a reading from a cosmic archives. Beyond space, creation and destruction happen simultaneously. And in the dimension of time only starts the past, present, and future. So because the Akashic records are stored in the space of Akasha, or space, there is no past, no present, and no future. That is why what you call as past, present, and future is already clearly recorded. So you can just retrieve that archive and produce it in order to help and benefit others. That is exactly what Devi Parashakti has been doing for each and every one of us. And not only that, but rewriting our past, present, and future as we pray. Now, as we are celebrating the divine day, or this Avatar Dinotsavam, let us be introduced briefly to the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism and a glimpse of his contributions to the whole world. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagat Guru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nityananda Paramasivoham, is the reviver of Kailasa, a macrocosmic, ancient, enlightened Hindu civilizational nation. And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is the 1008th incarnation of Paramashiva, as per Hinduism, recognized by his predecessors who are enlightened masters and adepts. And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has made the science of power manifestation, universities and yoga, as well as temple-based courses as a lifestyle for humanity. Today, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has revived ancient indigenous Hindu kingdoms, and including being the present 293rd Jagat Guru Mahasannidhanam of the Kailash Unnata Shamala Pita Sarvagni Pitam, and coronated as the 293rd Guru Mahasannidhanam, which of the Kailash Unnata Shamala Pita Sarvagni Pitam, which is the oldest Hindu papal state and monastic kingdom, and declared as the successor of the Arunachala Sarvagni Pitam by the Guru Parampara at the mere age of 16, and as well having founded the Nityananda Sangha, and in order to revive Kailasa at the mere age of 21 in 1999, and having established and founded the Adi Kailasa Sarvagni Pitam on the 1st of January 2003, you're seeing here the consecration of the land of Adi Kailasa Sarvagni Pitam, and as well the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is declared as a successor of the Bhagyanagara Sripura Sarvagni Pitam in 2004, and the incumbent emperor of the Suryavamsa Surangi Samrajyam lineage in 2004 as well, and the reviver of the Adi Pallava Sarvagni Pitam in 2007, and coronated as the successor of the Kashi Sarvagni Pitam in 2008, and as well declared and officially coronated as the Mahamandaleshwar, the supreme spiritual head of the Mahanirvani Akada, which is one of the oldest apex in governing bodies of Hinduism. You can see here the photographs of the rituals that happened coronating the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism with all of the other Mahamandaleshwars present. And as well coronated as the Guru Mahasannidhanam of the Tanjavur Adinam in 2014, and as well of the Tiruvarur Adinam and the Vedaranyam Adinam, which are all ancient Hindu kingdoms that had once been sovereign states and are the protectors of the great Hindu heritage. And as well, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is coronated as the Guru Mahasannidhanam of the Dharmamukti Svargapuram Adinam, and coronated as the Guru Mahasannidhanam of the Adipita Kolada Mutt in 2015, and finally elected as the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism by a congregation of over 1,000 Hindu leaders in 2015. And as well, today the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is revered as the most prolific, most viewed guru in the digital world, read and watched by more than 1 billion followers in Hinduism, and leading the world's greatest Hindu nation with 1 billion lives enriched and 1 billion lives enriched, with so many platforms where we're continuously catering to the 2 billion Hindus all over the world. And as well, serving over 27 years of tireless humanitarian services, including the initiatives to serve the free food banks and medical services, natural disasters, women empowerment initiatives, peace and conflict resolution initiatives, and sustainable Hindu practices through various international bodies and agencies. And authored over 1,250 books and 10,000 articles in 3 languages, which are English, Tamil, and Sanskrit, and translated further into 50 different languages. And all of these are available for download for no charge on nityanandapedia.org, as well as books.nityanandapedia.org. And with over 20 million copies of the books sold, read, and downloaded, and established the largest Hindu library with 1 million books, 1 million public scriptures, and over 20 million digital books, and over 10,000 hours of discourses, over 1 billion views on social media, and respected as a commentator of the sacred scriptures such as the Upanishad, the Bhagavad Gita, the Shiva Sutras, the Yoga Sutras, the Ashtavakra Gita, and the Jain Sutras. And honored as a leader of Hinduism, the most awarded, internationally recognized Hindu leader, and acclaimed as one of the top 100 spiritually influential living personalities by Watkins' Mind, Body, Spirit magazine, and the reviver of the Sovereign Order of Kailasa, led by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, and the Nityananda Order of monks, nuns, and the Hindu diaspora, and they established the largest Hindu university with satellite campuses in 150 countries, and established 1,000 plus Kailasa enlightenment ecosystems, and the founder and reviver of over 100 Sarvanyapitas. That is just a glimpse into the work of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. And today we are celebrating the work, the life of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, and each and every one of us offering our gratitude to be able to live at the same time, live in the presence of the Avatar, and receive his grace and be so happy, so grateful, so overjoyous that we are living at the same time as the Avatar. And one of the most unique contributions of the Avatar that Swamiji has literally revived from nearly being lost is the science of power manifestation. In the next segment, we're going to be seeing a demonstration of the powers of Paramasiva. So stay tuned and we'll be right back with you after a quick break.
What I mean by the word llKAILASH, listen intensely. Enlightenment ecosystem, literally enlightenment itself, in your own home, wherever you are. If you cannot come to Kailasa, it's okay. Kailasa can come to you. Kailasa coming to you is llKAILASH. I will revive Hinduism. I am a Hindu revivalist, not by any revolution, but by evolution. And setting model communities. Kailasas, enlightenment ecosystems, Sarvanya Peethas all over the world. All powerful cognition, knowledge, only when you live, power manifestation and possibilities manifestation happens. This is a fundamental truth. Hinduism cannot live exclusively as one sampradaya. No. All sampradayas of Hinduism is an ecosystem. So don't keep quiet thinking that if one sampradaya is attacked, only that sampradaya is going to be affected. All of us are ecosystem. I invite all of you to get involved and enjoy Hinduism by the principle of Dharmo Rakshati Rakshitaha. When you protect Dharma, Dharma protects you. We will make the whole planet flourish spiritually. The spiritual prosperity will happen to the whole planet Earth. We all have to coexist together.
Just be alive for next 3 years. Don't die within next 3 years. Just don't die within next 3 years. Be alive. Somehow be alive. I'm working sincerely. I will reach you somehow. Somehow I will reach you. It's my commitment to humanity. Just don't die within next 3 years. I will reach you wherever you are, whichever corner of the world you may be. I will reach you with enlightenment. You manifesting the space, state, powers, being, Paramasivoham. It is possible, and it is possible for you. Paramasivoham will reach you with enlightenment science. I know he is going to do the job. Just be alive for next 3 years. Nothing else.
We get you health. We get you ability to build beautiful relationships in your life. We get you direct spiritual support, and we make sure you become wealthy. We won't stop giving you just good life. We will literally not stop till you live enlightened life. Manifesting the state of Paramasiva, space of Paramasiva, powers of Paramasiva, being of Paramasiva. Whole world should become llKAILAShians. I want the whole world to know Hindus have something great to contribute to the world. We have something great to contribute to the world.
Let us do that.
llKAILASH is proper customized spiritual service helping you to identify your root patterns of suffering. We have perfected the science of helping every individual from every cultural, religious, nationality background. You will have lowest reactionary assumptions, highest awakened response, alive response for life continuously. llKAILASH is enlightenment ecosystem, literally enlightenment itself in your own home, wherever you are. Proper customized spiritual service helping you to complete with your life negativity, withdrawal from life, self-hatred, self-denial, self-doubt, so much of tiredness, laziness. We can support you aligning your diet, your attitude, your aptitude, your understanding about life. We can help you with everything. If you are interested in enlightenment, we will immediately bring this to you. If you are not interested, we will explain the whole science, inspire you and make you interested in enlightenment science. We need to cater this enlightenment science to the whole world wherever they are, because enlightenment is the birthright of all human beings. llKAILASH is responsible to provide that to all human beings. llKAILASH is the totality of the knowledge I received from my gurus and practice manifested in my life, perfected by teaching millions of people from all cultures, time zones, backgrounds, genders, nationality, race, from every creed. So this absolutely perfected knowledge available to you, served to you in your home without even you moving out of your couch, free of cost. What I mean by the word llKAILASH, listen intensely. Enlightenment ecosystem, literally enlightenment itself in your own home, wherever you are. If you cannot come to llKAILASH, it's okay. llKAILASH can come to you. llKAILASH coming to you is llKAILASH. I will.
Nityananda, and welcome back. And once again, I welcome each and every one of you for today's Avatar Dinotsavam celebrations and invite each and every one of you to stay tuned. Make sure that you are joining us as the hours progress for the Avatar Dinotsavam celebrations in the evening, this evening on this day. And we are going to be graced in just a few hours with the darshan of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. And as we have just received our first dose of ultimate supreme knowledge and initiation from the Avatar, everyone, I'm sure, is eager to be able to receive the second dose, the most compassionate presence of the Avatar. So we'll now be moving into what we wanted to present to each and every one of you today for the Parashakti Akashic reading, and then moving into the preparations for the Jayanti celebrations. Today we're going to be understanding the solution that Devi Parashakti has given to each and every one of us for feeling stuck during the pandemic. I'm sure many of us, when we were young, when we were just 6 or 7 years old, we had a completely different idea of what the year 2020 will be like. Perhaps we imagined flying cars, robots, assistive technology, so much. But when 2020 came around, we were, many of us, devastated of how events had turned around. And many of us even lost hope of the future and forgot the ambition that we carried when we were young and the dreams that we carried about life from so many years ago in our youth. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has always been here to say, you are a possibility, a seed, and you can always redesign your life and develop the life you wanted. You can always manifest the life that you wanted, no matter what has happened, no matter anything. You can always awaken yourself to the reality you wanted. Swamiji beautifully tells us, reassures us, empowers us, saying that you are a seed, you're not an end product. But many of us might be forgetting that this is the truth. We might be forgetting that we are a seed and we are a possibility. Today, the global unemployment rate is at 6.47%, and it shows no signs of reversing and slowing down the process for each and every one of us who is waiting for a new job and looking for a job and putting on hold all of our different expenditures, all of our different ventures until we get a job. And the COVID pandemic has also decreased the life expectancy by 2 years, halting the plans of millions who want to start a new family, and making people reconsider if they want to bring new life in this condition on planet Earth. And also, at one point, while the next generation might have looked forward to a bright future, 34.71% of parents in studies reported behavioral problems in their children that they attributed to the pandemic and virtual schooling. So a huge number of people are, whether it is in their financial career, academic career, or whether it is in their jobs or in their family and relationships, like, people do feel stuck and feel not able to move on past certain obstacles and blockages in their life. Yes, the next slide, please. And Devi Parashakti has given to us a beautiful solution for that feeling of stuck that is there inside of every single one of us, feeling unable to move forward. And Devi Parashakti guided each and every one of us to pray to the Navagrahas in order to remove that feeling stuck. The Navagrahas who are guiding each and every one of us towards enlightenment. And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has guided us on Navagrahas, saying that all doshas are nothing but incompletions that you carry. If you find the root pattern from which the snake fear has happened, you will heal the Naga dosha. All doshas are nothing but our incompletions. And Swamiji has given us the solution that completion releases you from all karmas, whether it is the Naga dosha, the Shani dosha, the Rahu dosha, or the Vastu doshas. You will be relieved from all doshas just by completion. So sit and practice completion. And above all, what is the thing that can give you a freedom from feeling stuck? The easiest and fastest path to complete completion is the grace of the Guru. And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, who has come down, attending, guiding, and ultimately taking care of each and every one of us, is blessing us and giving us that opportunity to be free from that feeling of stuck. And in the Guru Gita, it also talks about the fate of unfinished tasks. It says, Asiddham sadhayet karyam navagraya bahapaham navagraha bhayapaham dushvapnanashanam shaiva shushvapna paladayakam. It means repeating the Guru Gita aligns one's life with the Guru. It brings good dreams to fruition and curtails bad dreams. Fear of the astrological influences of the 9 planets is diminished, and unfinished tasks become easy to complete. So here's the answer, where it says directly in the Guru Gita, Paramasivoham himself tells us that the fate of unfinished tasks becomes easy to complete just with the Guru's grace in our lives. Over the course of the next few hours, you can ultimately transcend the overwhelming toxicity created by this raging pralaya and all of it through the Parashakti Akashic Reading Program. We would like to provide solutions. We'd like to explain more about what Devi Parashakti has revealed about the solution and guide each and every one of you through what these solutions might be and how you can apply them in your life. So now let us be introduced to Devi Parashakti and her solution. Before we go into the solution, which she has given us, let's offer our utmost reverence and worship at the divine feet of Devi Parashakti and understand how she's the embodiment of all energies, the source of all existence. Devi Parashakti says, I move with the Rudras and also with Vasus. I wander with Adityas and Vishwadevas. I hold aloft both Mitra and Varuna, and also Indra and Agni and the twin Ashwins. I uphold and cherish the Soma, the exuberant plant that is pressed out for delight of the gods. I am the supporter of the divine sculptor and craftsman Tvatsvar and of Bhaga and Pushan too. I am the giver of the fruits of sacrifices and grant the wealth of oblation to the mindful institutor of sacrifice and to the performer of the Soma sacrifice. Devi Parashakti continues, I am the ruling queen, the authority and amasser of treasures full of wisdom. First of those who are worthy of worship through yajna, fire and sacrifice, it is me the devas have installed in many places, in many directions, with many homes for me to enter and abide in. And then Devi Parashakti continues, it is by my power and through me alone that one eats, breathes, sees, and hears the spoken word. He is not aware of me, yet he dwells in me alone. Listen with concentration, O those who can hear, for I tell you what is trustworthy. Hear one and all the truth as I declare it. It's such a beautiful verse, showing us the compassion of Mother, saying that he is not aware of me, yet it is in me that he dwells. Showing us that no matter where we go in this life, we're always going to be connected to the divine. And that is ultimately Devi Parashakti's motherly role of the whole cosmos itself. Devi Parashakti is the ultimate pure feminine consciousness, the cosmic mother. And it is from her cosmic womb from which billions and billions of universes comes out and goes in. The source where the Big Bang and the black hole goes on. Parashakti is the source Shakti, the source energy, the source power from which all of us have come, in which all of us are even in right now, and what all of us are going to merge. And Devi is described in the Kamic Agama and expanded by the great saint called Tirumular as Bhuvane Brahmanda Yoni. Bhuvane means goddess of the whole universe. And Bhuvaneshwari is called Bhuvane. And Brahmanda Yoni, the cosmic womb from which all of us comes in and all of us goes back. So this represents the whole energy. And Devi, of course, is respected as the primordial energy. All good things start with the mother, only with mother. And it's the energy of Adi Shakti. The technical term in Agama that Paramashiva calls is Brahmanda Yoni, means a cosmic womb. And out of her extreme love and compassion, Parashakti herself is manifesting through the embodied form of the Nijavatara, the Supreme Quantum of Hinduism, gracing us, answering all of our questions, attending to our prayers, giving boons and healing us, delivering profound spiritual truths, and ultimately giving us the experience of Paramasivoham itself. Devi Parashakti has revealed about the power of Navagrahas and how they can remove the feeling of being stuck. And in just the next slides, we'll just be reiterating Devi Parashakti's words, where she has led us into a deep connection with Navagrahas. And she literally embodied as Navagraha Nayaki, the one who rules over all of the Navagrahas. So let us now hear Devi Parashakti's words. Take the Atmalinga, keep in your Sahasrara Chakra, and meditate on the Navagrahas, who are the manifestation of Paramashakti, Parameshwari. Connect yourself with the Navagrahas now. All the grievances will leave. The powers of Navagrahas will get manifested. In the form of sound of this Navagraha Sukta, Annai Parameshwari Parashakti Paramashakti, Navagraha Nayaki will manifest in all of you for great grace of Navagrahas to overflow in all of you. She will do good grace. I am bestowing with good grace, overflowing in Shivamaya. Mother Parashakti is in the form of Navagrahas, overflowing as a great grace that does good to the world, doing good to all of you, destroying all bad. Mother, I am bestowing with great grace, as Sarva Mangalamayi, as Sarva Mangala Swarupini, clearing all the Grahadoshas, entering your being in the form of Navagraha Sukta, doing all goodness and freeing all of you from Maya and Pralaya. I am giving goodness. I am bestowing with Jnana Shakti, Navagraha Suktam Avadharaya. And how can we receive Devi Parashakti in the best way? Swamiji gave us a very, very interesting secret. Swamiji says, I wanted to give you one secret. Do this Panchabhuta Yoga whenever you want to ask any questions to Devi and receive that answer. On that day, do the Panchabhuta Yoga, means apply only the anthill mud on the body and take bath, not any other chemical, and that is the earth element. And then Swamiji continues on. Drink only water. Don't eat, drink anything other than water. When you come for Parashakti Akashic reading, at least for a few hours, 10 hours, prepare yourself and drink only water. The fire in your stomach should be allowed to burn without any food dumped on it. Pure fire. You can chant Omkara and intensify it, or the Mahavakya or Ajapa Japa. But pure fire, no food, pure fire should be encouraged. And just be in the free air, open space, breathing the whole sky at least for a few hours before the session. Intensely unclench to get the power of space, Akasha. And Akasha has intense energy, just like the other bhutas like earth, water, fire, air. The Akasha also is pure consciousness, intelligence, living energy. Once you start unclenching, you manifest Akasha energy in consciousness in you. So do this Panchabhuta Yoga. Your questions will surely be answered immediately by Parashakti. Intensify the Akashic energy, the Chidambara Akashic space. Do this Panchabhuta Yoga and come to Parashakti's Akashic reading, and she will give you the boons you are asking for and fulfill your prayers. Panchabhuta Yoga will make you receive the Parashakti's energy and prepare you to receive the Parashakti's energy. So with this, I bless you all. So with this, Swamiji blesses us and guides us to do the Panchabhuta Yoga, a beautiful way to receive the energy of Devi Parashakti. So yes, now let us understand the Akashic revelation that Devi Parashakti has given on specifically the Navagrahas. When being asked about feeling stuck and why so many people are feeling stuck, Devi Parashakti has given us a beautiful answer. But let's first understand the context behind these Akashic readings. In the Guru Padaka Stotram composed by Sri Adi Shankaracharya, the very first verse describes how the Guru Padaka, the sacred feet of the Guru, is the boat that helps us cross the Ananta Samsara Samudra, the seemingly endless ocean of samsara or suffering. And just to rekindle that sentiment, I will be chanting the verse. Ananta samsara samudradara naukayitabhyam Sri Guru Bhakti Dabhyam Vairagya Samrajada Pujanabhyam Namo Namaha Sri Guru Padukabhyam. It means salutations to the sandals of my Guru, which is the boat which helps me cross the endless ocean of life, which endows me with a sense of devotion to my Guru, and by worship of which I attain the dominion of renunciation. And many of us can feel what Adi Shankaracharya writes about thousands of years ago, stuck in that same storming and raging ocean, unable to navigate ourselves and lost in the overwhelming vastness of suffering. And all of this is due to the pralaya. Our loved ones are dying, our homes are being destroyed due to the natural disasters, and social institutions are crumbling. Everywhere we look, the whole humanity is in desperate need of hope. And it's at this time that the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, incarnation of the cosmic consciousness, out of his love and compassion, having taken the spiritual responsibility for the superconscious breakthrough of the whole humanity, is manifesting Devi Parashakti, the cosmic mother, and guiding and healing the whole world, helping us to sail through this pralaya, the cosmic deluge. Devi Parashakti is herself manifesting through the Nijavatara and answering each and every one of our prayers, granting boons, healing us, manifesting miracles, removing all of our pain and suffering. And Devi has not just attended to us individually, but also humanity at large. Devi Parashakti has guided the whole humanity in the form of revelations of profound sacred secrets of Sanatana Hindu Dharma, showing us the future regarding global issues, COVID pandemic, natural disasters such as fires, floods, and even the twisted human conspiracies and underground wars, which have not yet surfaced to common knowledge as yet. In this segment, we will be elaborating on the statistical, scientific, and the scriptural references on the sacred revelations that emerged from Devi Parashakti, especially on how people are feeling stuck across the globe in every walk of their life, and how meditating on the Navagrahas is a solution to get out of feeling stuck in life. So yes, now let us see the very revelation that we are talking about from the 23rd of August, 2021.
on Navagrahas. They will remove your feelings stuck. Listen, feeling stuck in the life is due to pralaya. Everyone all over the world is feeling stuck in the life. Meditate on Navagrahas. Connect with Navagrahas. Pray to Navagrahas. You will be free from the suffering of feeling stuck and insecurity. Om. Om.
Yes. So now let's just reiterate what Devi Parashakti revealed. Meditate on the Navagrahas. They will remove your feeling stuck. Listen, feeling stuck in life is due to the pralaya. Everyone all over the world is feeling stuck in life. Meditate on the Navagrahas. Connect with the Navagrahas. Pray to the Navagrahas. You will be free from the suffering of feeling stuck and insecurity. Everyone connected with, sitting with us all over the world, I am seeing continuously everywhere. People feeling stuck, whether in the health or wealth, career, life relationships, spirituality, power manifestation. Wherever you are stuck, it is because of pralaya. Pralaya gives you the delusion, the wrong direction, and makes you feel stuck. This pralaya will make you feel your very room like a prison. The power of the pralaya will break your mind, crush your being to the extent that you will start feeling your very room like a prison. The only way to destroy this, connecting with the Navagrahas, meditating on the Navagrahas, and be connected to Navagrahanayaki Parameshwari. Take the Atmalinga, keep in your Sahasrara Chakra, and meditate on the Navagrahas who are manifestation of Paramashakti, Parameshwari. Anne Parameshwari Parashakti Paramashakti Navagrahanayaki will manifest in all of you. For the great grace of Navagrahas to overflow in all of you, she will do good grace. I am bestowing with good grace, overflowing in Shivamaya, Mother Parashakti in the form of Navagrahas, overflowing as the great grace that does good to the world, doing good to all of you, destroying all bad. Mother, I am bestowing with great grace as Sarvamangala Swarupini, Sarvamangala Mai, clearing all the Grahadoshas, entering your being in the form of Navagraha Sukta, doing all goodness and freeing all of you from Maya and Pralaya. I am giving goodness. I am bestowing with Jnana Shakti of Navagraha Suktam Avadharaya. And people are feeling stuck, whether in health, wealth, relationships, career, in spirituality, power manifestation. It is because of the pralaya. Pralaya gives you the delusion, the wrong direction, and makes you feel stuck. Meditate, connect, and pray to the Navagrahas. You will be free from the suffering and free from feeling stuck and insecurity. And we're going to be seeing a couple of the evidences that show how people are feeling stuck across the globe in different areas of life, whether it is increased divorce rate, decreased pregnancy and birth rate, loss of jobs, the increase in suicide rate, and the fall of the real estate market. All of these are indicators of our society's health and our society's progress in life. So we're going to be taking a look at all these statistics, and stay tuned with us as we'll be continuing in today's program after a quick break.
What I mean by the word llKAILASH, listen intensely. Enlightenment ecosystem, literally enlightenment itself, in your own home, wherever you are. If you cannot come to Kailasa, it's okay. Kailasa can come to you. Kailasa coming to you is llKAILASH. I will revive Hinduism. I am a Hindu revivalist, not by any revolution, but by evolution. And setting model communities. Kailashas, enlightenment ecosystems, Sarvanyapitas all over the world. All powerful cognition, knowledge, only when you live, power manifestation and possibilities manifestation happens. This is a fundamental truth. Hinduism cannot live exclusively as one sampradaya. No. All sampradayas of Hinduism is an ecosystem. So don't keep quiet thinking that if one sampradaya is attacked, only that sampradaya is going to be affected. All of us are ecosystems. I invite all of you to get involved and enjoy Hinduism by the principle of Dharmo Rakshati Rakshitaha. When you protect Dharma, Dharma protects you. We will make the whole planet flourish spiritually. The spiritual prosperity will happen to the whole planet Earth. We all have to coexist together.
Just be alive for next 3 years. Don't die within next 3 years. Just don't die within next 3 years. Be alive. Somehow be alive. I'm working sincerely. I will reach you somehow. Somehow I will reach you. It's my commitment to humanity. Just don't die within next 3 years. I will reach you wherever you are, whichever corner of the world you may be. I will reach you with enlightenment. You manifesting the space, state, powers, being, Paramasivoham. It is possible, and it is possible for you. Paramasivoham will reach you with enlightenment science. I know he is going to do the job. Just be alive for next 3 years. Nothing else.
We get you health. We get you ability to build beautiful relationships in your life. We get you direct spiritual support, and we make sure you become wealthy. We won't stop giving you just good life. We will literally not stop till you live enlightened life. Manifesting the state of Paramashiva, space of Paramashiva, powers of Paramashiva, being of Paramashiva. Whole world should become llKAILAShians.
I want the whole world to know Hindus have something great to contribute to the world. We have something great to contribute to the world. Let us do that.
llKAILASha is proper customized spiritual service helping you to identify your root patterns of suffering. We have perfected the science of helping every individual from every cultural, religious, nationality background. You will have lowest reactionary assumptions, highest awakened response, alive response for life continuously. llKAILASha is enlightenment ecosystem, literally enlightenment itself in your own home, wherever you are. Proper customized spiritual service helping you to complete with your life negativity, withdrawal from life, self-hatred, self-denial, self-doubt, so much of tiredness, laziness. We can support you aligning your diet, your attitude, your aptitude, your understanding about life. We can help you with everything. If you are interested in enlightenment, we will immediately bring this to you. If you are not interested, we will explain the whole science, inspire you and make you interested in enlightenment science. We need to cater this enlightenment science to the whole world wherever they are, because enlightenment is the birthright of all human beings. Kailasha is responsible to provide that to all human beings. Kailasha is the totality of the knowledge I received from my gurus and practice manifested in my life, perfected by teaching millions of people from all cultures, time zones, backgrounds, genders, nationality, race, from every creed. So this absolutely perfected knowledge available to you, served to you in your home without even you moving out of your couch, free of cost. What I mean by the word llKAILASha, listen intensely. Enlightenment ecosystem, literally enlightenment itself, in your own home, wherever you are. If you cannot come to Kailasa, it's okay. Kailasa can come to you. Kailasa coming to you is e-Kailasa. I will revive Hinduism. I am a Hindu revivalist, not by any revolution, but by evolution. And setting model communities. Kailasas, enlightenment ecosystems, Sarvanya Pitas all over the world. All powerful cognition, knowledge, only when you live, power manifestation and possibilities manifestation happens. This is a fundamental truth. Hinduism cannot live exclusively as one sampradaya. No. All sampradayas of Hinduism is an ecosystem. So don't keep quiet thinking that if one sampradaya is attacked, only that sampradaya is going to be affected. All of us are ecosystem. I invite all of you to get involved and enjoy Hinduism by the principle of Dharmo Rakshati Rakshitaha. When you protect Dharma, Dharma protects you. We will make the whole planet flourish spiritually. The spiritual prosperity will happen to the whole planet Earth. We all have to coexist together.
Just be alive for next 3 years. Don't die within next 3 years. Just don't die within next 3 years. Be alive. Somehow be alive. I'm working sincerely. I will reach you somehow. Somehow I will reach you. It's my commitment to humanity. Just don't die within next 3 years. I will reach you wherever you are, whichever corner of the world you may be. I will reach you with enlightenment. You manifesting the space, state, powers, being, Paramasivoham. It is possible, and it is possible for you. Paramasivoham will reach you with enlightenment science. I know he is going to do the job. Just be alive for next 3 years. Nothing else.
We get you health. We get you ability to build beautiful relationships in your life. We get you direct spiritual support, and we make sure you become wealthy. We won't stop giving you just good life. We will literally not stop till you live enlightened life. Manifesting the state of Paramashiva, space of Paramashiva, powers of Paramashiva, being of Paramashiva. Whole world should become llKAILAShians.
I want the whole world to know Hindus have something great to contribute to the world. We have something great to contribute to the world. Let us do that.
llKAILASha is proper customized spiritual service helping you to identify your root patterns of suffering. We have perfected the science of helping every individual from every cultural, religious, nationality background. You will have lowest reactionary assumptions, highest awakened response, alive response for life continuously. llKAILASha is enlightenment ecosystem, literally enlightenment itself in your own home, wherever you are. Proper customized spiritual service helping you to complete with your life negativity, withdrawal from life, self-hatred, self-denial, self-doubt, so much of tiredness, laziness. We can support you aligning your diet, your attitude, your aptitude, your understanding about life. We can help you with everything. If you are interested in enlightenment, we will immediately bring this to you. If you are not interested, we will explain the whole science, inspire you, and make you interested in enlightenment science. We need to cater this enlightenment science to the whole world wherever they are, because enlightenment is the birthright of all human beings. Kailasha is responsible to provide that to all human beings. Kailasha is the totality of the knowledge I received from my gurus and practice manifested in my life, perfected by teaching millions of people from all cultures, time zones, backgrounds, genders, nationality, race, from every creed. So this absolutely perfected knowledge available to you, served to you in your home without even you moving out of your couch, free of cost. what I mean by the word llKAILASH? Listen intensely. Enlightenment ecosystem, literally enlightenment itself, in your own home, wherever you are. If you cannot come to Kailasa, it's okay. Kailasa can come to you. Kailasa coming to you is llKAILASH. I will revive Hinduism. I am a Hindu revivalist, not by any revolution, but by evolution. And setting model communities. Kailasas, enlightenment ecosystems, Sarvanya Pitas all over the world. All powerful cognition, knowledge, only when you live power manifestation and possibilities manifestation happens. This is a fundamental truth. Hinduism cannot live exclusively as one sampradaya. No. All sampradayas of Hinduism is an ecosystem. So don't keep quiet thinking that if one sampradaya is attacked, only that sampradaya is going to be affected. All of us are ecosystem. I invite all of you to get involved and enjoy Hinduism by the principle of Dharmo Rakshati Rakshitaha. When you protect Dharma, Dharma protects you. We will make the whole planet flourish spiritually. The spiritual prosperity will happen to the whole planet. We all have to coexist together.
Just be alive for next 3 years. Don't die within next 3 years. Just don't die within next 3 years. Be alive. Somehow be alive. I'm working sincerely. I will reach you somehow. Somehow I will reach you. It's my commitment to humanity. Just don't die within next 3 years. I will reach you wherever you are, whichever corner of the world you may be. I will reach you with enlightenment. You manifesting the space, state, powers, being, Paramasivoham. It is possible, and it is possible for you. Paramasivoham will reach you with enlightenment science. I know he is going to do the job. Just be alive for next 3 years. Nothing else.
We get you health. We get you ability to build beautiful relationships in your life. We get you direct spiritual support, and we make sure you become wealthy. We won't stop giving you just good life. We will literally not stop till you live enlightened life. Manifesting the state of Paramashiva, space of Paramashiva, powers of Paramashiva, being of Paramashiva. Whole world should become llKAILAShians.
I want the whole world to know Hindus have something great to contribute to the world. We have something great to contribute to the world. Let us do that.
llKailasa is proper customized spiritual service helping you to identify your root patterns of suffering. We have perfected the science of helping every individual from every cultural, religious, nationality background. You will have lowest reactionary assumptions, highest awakened response, alive response for life continuously. llKailasa is enlightenment ecosystem, literally enlightenment itself in your own home, wherever you are. Proper customized spiritual service helping you to complete with your life negativity, withdrawal from life, self-hatred, self-denial, self-doubt, so much of tiredness, laziness. We can support you aligning your diet, your attitude, your aptitude, your understanding about life. We can help you with everything. If you are interested in enlightenment, we will immediately bring this to you. If you are not interested, we will explain the whole science, inspire you, and make you interested in enlightenment time. We need to cater this enlightenment science to the whole world wherever they are, because enlightenment is the birthright of all human beings. Kailasa is responsible to provide that to all human beings. Kailasa is the totality of the knowledge I received from my gurus and practice manifested in my life, perfected by teaching millions of people from all cultures, time zones, backgrounds, genders, nationality, race, from every creed. So this absolutely perfected knowledge available to you, served to you in your home without even you moving out of your couch, free of cost. What I mean by the word llKAILASH, listen intensely. Enlightenment ecosystem, literally enlightenment itself, in your own home, wherever you are. If you cannot come to Kailasa, it's okay. Kailasa can come to you. Kailasa coming to you is llKAILASH. I will revive Hinduism. I am a Hindu revivalist, not by any revolution, but by evolution. And setting model communities. Kailasas, enlightenment ecosystems, Sarvanya Pitas all over the world. All powerful cognition, knowledge, only when you live, power manifestation and possibilities manifestation happens. This is a fundamental truth. Hinduism cannot live exclusively as one sampradaya. No. All sampradayas of Hinduism is an ecosystem. So don't keep quiet thinking that if one sampradaya is attacked, only that sampradaya is going to be affected. All of us are ecosystems. I invite all of you to get involved and enjoy Hinduism by the principle of Dharmo Rakshati Rakshitaha. When you protect Dharma, Dharma protects you. We will make the whole planet flourish spiritually. The spiritual prosperity will happen to the whole planet. We all have to coexist together.
Just be alive for next 3 years. Don't die within next 3 years. Just don't die within next 3 years. Be alive. Somehow be alive. I'm working sincerely. I will reach you somehow. Somehow I will reach you. It's my commitment to humanity. Just don't die within next 3 years. I will reach you wherever you are, whichever corner of the world you may be. I will reach you with enlightenment. You manifesting the space, state, powers, being, Paramasiva. It is possible, and it is possible for you. Paramasiva will reach you with enlightenment science. I know he is going to do the job. Just be alive for next 3 years. Nothing else.
We get you health. We get you ability to build beautiful relationships in your life. We get you direct spiritual support, and we make sure you become wealthy. We won't stop giving you just good life. We will literally not stop till you live enlightened life. Manifesting the state of Paramasiva, space of Paramasiva, powers of Paramasiva, being of Paramasiva. Whole world should become llKAILAShians.
I want the whole world to know Hindus have something great to contribute to the world. We have something great to contribute to the world. Let us do that.
llKailasa is proper customized spiritual service helping you to identify your root patterns of suffering. We have perfected the science of helping every individual from every cultural, religious, nationality background.
Nityanandam, welcome back to all the viewers. And we're now going to be understanding the various different ways that we have in different aspects of our lives, whether it is our relationships or financial careers or academic careers, been facing blockages, obstacles that make us feel stuck. And as Devi Parashakti have revealed, no matter where we are in the world, no matter what is happening, many of us are feeling stuck. So before we get into what Devi Parashakti revealed as a solution, let us see a different the status of the world today. In a BBC article on why the pandemic is causing spikes in breakups and divorces, it's saying that divorce rates are increasing around the world, and relationships experts warn that the pandemic-induced breakup curve may not have peaked yet, and they're associating the breakups and increase in divorce rate to the increase in mental health problems. And we're seeing you're seeing even a graph here that has the divorce rates and the weekly views of Citizens Advice webpage of getting a divorce from 2019 to 2020. And there is a visible increase and a visible significant difference between the two, 2020 being higher than 2019. And leading British law firm Stewart's logged a 122% increase in inquiries about divorce between July and October compared with the same period last year. There was a spike in the search for online advice, and that was 34% increase in sale of basic divorce agreement. So in all around, the statistics show that there are increases in the inquiries about divorce and increases in purchasing a divorce agreement. And this has been shown correlated to COVID-19 and the pandemic that is ongoing. Well, why is this happening? What exactly is going on in the household that is leading to an increase in divorce rate? And in the article, it says that for other couples, the increase in mental health problems linked to the pandemic is playing a role in breakups. But relationship experts believe that even strong couples who weren't facing problems before the pandemic and avoided major shifts in household health or dynamics may also be susceptible to breakups. This is because the pandemic has taken away well-established routines that offered comfort, stability, and rhythm. This is explained by Ronan Stillman, a psychotherapist and spokesperson for UK Council for Psychotherapy. And we also saw that there was a 57% increase in just 2 months in 2020, from February of 2020 to April of 2020, how much more divorce was being sought after, and divorce was being seen as a solution for marital problems. And in another aspect, languishing is the latest COVID buzzword as people feel stuck in the waning days of the pandemic. This is an article from people.com showing us another aspect of feeling stuck. Languishing is a void between depression and flourishing in the absence of well-being. This is written by Adam Grant from the New York Times. And what he says is the languishing is a neglected middle child of mental health, and it is a void between depression and flourishing, the absence of well-being. You don't have the symptoms of mental illness, but you're not quite the picture of mental health either. You're not functioning at full capacity. And they also say that languishing is more prevalent than major depressive disorder, and those suffering from it are devoid of positive emotion towards life, not functioning well either psychologically or socially, but has not been depressed in the past year. Languishers are neither mentally ill nor they're mentally healthy. Instead, they're stuck in a purgatory between the two. And unfortunately, this means that they're at risk for moving towards becoming mentally ill if it's not prevented. And we've also seen how many different researchers in this article that are being cited in this article are saying the same thing, and that the feeling of languishing is being more prevalent, and it's more prevalent than serious depression. However, many people who are languishers have a tendency to develop serious depression over a course of time. Another aspect of our world today that shows us how we are feeling stuck is the decline in birth rate and pregnancy rate. The last couple of years, at least the last 2 years in 2020 and 2021, we've seen the fewest births in the past 35 years. In a study by Brookings Institution think tank estimates 300,000 fewer babies being born in 2021. And we're seeing a couple of news articles here also that state the same thing. And in these articles, it's saying how despite spending more time at home due to the pandemic, the US is in the midst of a baby bust, not a baby boom. And US births have been falling for nearly a decade, and 2019 saw the fewest births in 35 years. An estimated 300,000 fewer births are expected in 2021, and it is because the pandemic has created a turbulent labor market that has disproportionately hurt working women. Last year, women slightly outnumbered men in the workforce, but their labor market participation has now dropped 57%, the lowest level since 1988, according to the National Women's Law Center. Devi Parashakti has continuously reminded human civilization since the time that she has that continuously manifesting through the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism in March, April this year, that it is not just losing life and health impact that COVID-19 is doing, but impacting all the different areas of life itself and the livelihood of people. This effect is felt in our economy, our mental health, and our human being, and the social structure even tumbling down. You can see an infographic here where it's saying that education, in the field of education, 50% of students are still affected by school closures. In the field of climate, a decrease of 30% has in the investment in clean energy transition. And in poverty, 135 million people are estimated to be pushed into poverty by 2030. And all of this shows the different impacts of COVID-19, how it's affecting all aspects of society, showing us that the pralaya really is giving us effects across all of our aspects of our livelihood. And here we're also seeing people who are feeling stuck due to the job loss and the amount impacted in the international labor market. In the Asia Pacific labor market, for example, there was an 81 million jobs which were lost as COVID-19 had hit. And the US residential real estate market also is down and suffering. And this is creating the ripple effects in our economy, and of course, in the livelihood of each and every one of us. The next slide, please. Yes. So as you're seeing here from the International Labour Organization, how 81 million jobs was lost as COVID-19 creates turmoil in the Asia-Pacific labor markets. And the pandemic has led to huge reduction in working hours and reverses in job growth and pushing millions into working poverty. And not only that, not only in our job market, but also in the real estate market, we are seeing the impact of COVID-19 on the residential real estate. The COVID-19 pandemic has significantly affected the US residential real estate market during the spring months. And because of health concerns, stay-at-home orders, and economic uncertainty, many metro areas experienced a noticeable drop in income home sales. And in April and May, nationwide home sales dropped to their lowest levels since the housing and financial crisis that began in 2007 and improved in summer. So the real estate market being a huge indicator for the economic health and economic stability being down also shows us the amount of people who are going through are being stuck right now and finding this is a huge obstacle in either their careers or in moving on in their life and finding new homes. And finally, we have a very, very huge impact and indicator of the health of society right now, which is the risk of suicide. In the Pan American Health Organization website, we're seeing an article that is stating that the COVID-19 pandemic exacerbates suicide risk factors. And the emergency department visits for suspected suicide attempts among US girls ages 12 to 17 have increased during the COVID-19 pandemic 51% from the same period in 2019. So this is a difference between February to March 2021 to February to March 2019. And there was a 51% increase, which is a very shocking and alarming number, especially concerning the youth of today. These are statistics that should alarm each and every one of us as we are going about our day-to-day lives. There are people who are facing extremely risky, extremely life-threatening situations that can be entirely prevented with the use of healthy solutions, wholesome lifestyle, and being able to attend to your consciousness. And this is what the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has been providing, and especially for everyone since the pandemic has been increasing, and the pandemic has started in March 2020. So now we will be understanding the solution about that Devi Parashakti gives. The solution that Devi Parashakti gives is to meditate on Navagrahas. How does that exactly work? What is the secret behind Navagrahas, and why Devi Parashakti is giving us this solution? We're now going to be able to find out. So first, understand that just praying and meditating has such a profound effect on us. And this is also shown to us and with so much of evidence in different kinds of magazines as well as research journals. So here are 12 science-based benefits of meditation published by Healthline. One is to reduce stress. The second, to control anxiety. It promotes emotional health, enhances self-awareness, lengthens attention span, may reduce age-related memory loss. It can generate kindness, it may help fight addictions. It improves sleep, helps control pain, and can decrease blood pressure. And another is that it can be available to you at anywhere at any time. And another study on Cambridge University Press reiterates the necessity of meditation during the times of crisis, such as COVID-19. And they have done studies on different healthcare professionals who are facing the brunt of the impact of COVID-19 right now, especially in hospitals, and facing thousands of people who are losing their lives or facing severe sickness. And when mindfulness and meditation was given as a solution to them, it was shown how the healthcare professionals did have a way to recuperate, a way to re-energize themselves. And they also studied the structural and functional brain changes, and they saw that it has been demonstrated in the brains of people with long-term traditional meditation practices. And mindfulness and meditation practices translate well to different populations across lifespan and range of ability. So this article does suggest that introducing a mindfulness and meditation practice during this pandemic has a potential to complement treatment and is a low-cost beneficial method of providing support with anxiety for all. And here are some more different benefits of prayer and spirituality. One is offering a bigger sense of hope and purpose in your life. A connection to a greater power of truth can give you a sense of purpose and meaning beyond your day-to-day. And second, providing social support. Through practicing your spirituality, you may become involved in a community of like-minded people. And it can also lift the spirit, including activities such as singing and dancing, music, devotional hymns. All of this is very much having a positive effect on your emotional health, and it can help you cope with difficulties. Spirituality and religion can provide a framework for dealing with unexpected or negative events, which many of us are going through right now. In fact, a September 2015 report published in Health Psychology found that when researchers followed 191 people with congestive heart failure for 5 years, they found that those people reported feeling spiritual peace and who also made some healthy lifestyle changes were significantly more likely to live longer than their peers. And we have seen the benefits of meditation and initiation, and also the superconscious energy directly from the avatar. In 2004, the global scientific community saw a breakthrough when having conducted experiments directly on the brain of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. And we're now going to be seeing what it's like, what's going on while during meditation inside of the brain of the superconscious dream of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism himself in this video.
Nityananda participates and encourages scientific researchers to derive evidences for meditation and healing through meditation. Dr. R. Murli Krishna, President, COO, Integris Mental Health and James L. Hall Jr., Center for Mind, Body and Spirit, Oklahoma in US, and his team invited Nityananda to derive scientific evidences for meditation and the state of his enlightenment.
When Swamiji came, I have requested him to do one thing. I asked him, would you be willing to undergo some scientific investigation of the meditation process? He very cheerfully agreed without one complaint. He went for 3 repeat sessions for PET scanning and 3 repeat sessions for quantitative EEG sessions. And these are really not very easy tests to go through. It requires a lot of patience and a lot of willingness to do that. So we did that. Because if a meditation process is doing something to your brain, we should be able to detect that. Scientific findings are verifiable. They're replicable. You can replicate them, duplicate them. So Swamiji went through those sessions and we found some interesting findings.
In PET scan, they inject a radioactive dye which goes and sits in parts of the brain that are active. In the normal, non-meditative state, the brain is very active. And when we are seeing someone, the rear end of the brain, the visual cortex, is very active, as shown in the diagram.
Usually the brain is so active, there are 100 billion brain cells there. But what meditation does is something very interesting. It shows the frontal lobes getting more active. The frontal lobe is where you have judgment, wisdom, reasoning. Here are some of the brain scans I'm going to share with you. This is alert, non-meditative state. The second one is 30 minutes into 30 minutes meditation. Look at the frontal lobes, how they light up. They light it up big time. 60 minutes of deep meditation, and here is a deep, deep level of meditation where it lights up significantly right there, right in the middle, probably 1.5 inches, 2 inches deeper. What's interesting was Swami was inside, and that's the last part of that one. See that light right here? So what's interesting was I've never seen that before in my life. So the other parts I've seen may not be to the extent that Swamiji showed, but this is something interesting. There is something called dopamine, which is a chemical our brain is involved in. Dopamine is produced mostly in this area. And when you have any pleasurable feeling in your body, it is mediated through dopamine. It's a neuroreceptor. It's a chemical that transmits messages of pleasure. It basically evokes pleasure chemical. You eat the same thing is with visual pleasures you have. Beautiful people, beautiful sceneries, nature, whatever gives you pleasure. It's mediated through dopamine. Everything that human being experiences involves dopamine. But what's interesting is that you and I have the potential to create our own dopamine in a big way. So I named it, for lack of a word in the past, the D spot, which is the dopamine spot. If you can discover your D spot, you got it made in life. The D really stands for a divine spot. The D also stands for delight and the dopamine spot. What's also interesting is that he could, at will, go in and out of the states. findings I want to share with you. There's so much more talk about physiology of mind and brain and the body. It's a fascinating field that, this is something that all human beings can relate to, can apply in our own lives. Not only a sophisticated knowledge, but these things have application in daily life for all of us.
Nityananda's system of free healing, known as Nitya Spiritual Healing, has been baffling the medical world, curing diseases from migraine to cancer. Qualified people are also initiated to become healers. The complete report of the research conducted on Nityananda's neurological system can be found in the book Mystic Phenomena, Scientific Data.
Yes. Swamiji also has spoken of the benefits of prayer meditation in numerous satsangs for hours at a time. And it cannot be surmised, it cannot be summarized how much benefit comes from just prayer or just puja. In fact, just prayer, puja, and meditation is such a huge factor of our tradition in Hinduism. So now Swamiji has given us a beautiful short video where Swamiji explains how prayer can bust your stress and anything that you might be going through right now. So now let us watch that by Swamiji himself.
If you are not allowed to do yoga, made to believe early morning sleep is the best thing in your life, you are tortured, you are abused, your divine rights are violated. If you are constantly inspired to do yoga early morning, Brahma Muhurta time, and everyday puja, sit that 30-40 minutes and melt down by feeling connection. Understand? Nothing can be compared to prayer to bust your stress. I tell you, prayer is the best stress buster. Deep feeling connection and tears rolling in your eyes and melting down. Prayer to Paramasiva. Intense yearning, Vyakulata, talking to Paramasiva, relating to Paramasiva. Nothing can be compared to that to bust your stress. I tell you, everyday puja is an ultimate recharging experience. If you do everyday puja, the kind of the stress-free life you will live, your whole biological clock will be aligned to Kailasa. I tell you, I have seen the people who have the habit of Nitya Puja live long. Not just long, happy. In my whole life, it is Nitya Puja, that that gave me all the best things of life. Everyday puja, relating with the deities is the best stress buster. Touch the deities, do decoration, dress up. Even now, my best time of the day is when I sit with my deities. When I sit with my deities, dress up the deities, jewel them, spend time with them, talk to them, intensely pray, deeply connect and pray. Understand? You do not know the power of Archavatara. God landing in physical deity form. Never underestimate the power of Archavatara. The Archavatara is equivalent to living avatara. What living avatar can do to you, an Archavatara can do. Atma Linga I am giving to all of you is literally living Archavatara. Is a piece of God. Literally.
Yes. So now we've seen the benefits of prayer and meditation. Now, what is the effect, the impact that the planets have? Why did Devi Parashakti say that Navagrahas is the answer? She could have said that prayer and meditation is the answer, but specifically Devi Parashakti has said that the planets, the Navagrahas, are the answer that we should be looking for right now. And it is shown in several different evidences that planets do have an effect on electromagnetic waves, and brain waves, also being electromagnetic waves, do have a way to affect the so because brain waves are electromagnetic waves, planets do have an effect on us and on our emotions, our day-to-day actions, and even just a position in a position change in a planetary system or in the planetary alignment will affect our brains. How exactly did scientists come up with this, and how exactly is the research being conducted is now what we're going to see. In March of 1951, an American radio engineer, John H. Nelson, discovered that there was a degradation in the propagation of radio waves with respect to different position of planets at different angles. So that means that he found a difference between the radio waves, the frequency of radio waves, the amplitude of radio waves with respect to the different positions of planets. So at different positions, there was different effects on the radio waves. So, but what does that radio waves have to do with human beings? Radio waves are, as we know, is a form of electromagnetic waves. So if it has an effect on electromagnetic waves, then of course it should have an effect on the brain waves, which are also electromagnetic waves and better known as and found through the electroencephalograms. We can find out what are these waves, we can measure them, and we can see the differences of the effects of the planets on our brain waves. So both brain waves and radio waves are a form of electromagnetic waves. And here brain waves are a weaker form of electromagnetic waves, which are very hard to measure, unlike the quality of radio waves. And brain waves don't have any interference with radio waves, which is much stronger than brain waves. If certain position of planets in space can cause disruption in the propagation of radio waves, then it can also affect humans too. And this is a research that Dr. Percy Seymour, a British astrophysicist and astronomer and PhD, states. And they found that the revolving planets plays a very important role in the development of fetus and in brain development of a human baby. So as you're developing in the uterus, and you are developing much before your birth, the effects of the position of planets does have an effect on how your brain is developing at that time. And the revolving planets also orchestrate solar activity and geomagnetism. This is another finding that shows us that there are effects of the planets on us even after our birth. It is observed that magnetic field of the Earth changes daily and seasonally. And this fluctuation in geomagnetism have effect on brain. Thus, the geomagnetism plays a major role in brain and body development of human fetus and has an effect on different organisms too. The revolving planets cause solar activity, which is causing geomagnetism. So therefore, solar activity is responsible for geomagnetism, which influences all biological organisms, including humans. It is observed that solar activity is caused by alignment of planets. Thus, the planets play a major role in brain and body development of the fetus. Yes, and this is evidence that the planetary positions also change and do have an effect not only at birth and prior to birth, but but after birth and throughout one's life. It says here that the Earth's magnetic field changes regularly and thereby affecting the magnetic compounds in the cerebellum in similar ways during brain development, resulting in similar personality traits for those developing at similar times and similar locations. And according to Dr. Harold S. Burr, professor of anatomy at Yale's Medical School, states that complex magnetic field not only establishes the pattern of human brain at birth, but also regulates and controls it throughout life. And you're seeing the cerebellum, the different diagrams of the brain here. So you're seeing exactly where the research that we're seeing, the electromagnetic waves, are being impacted. And this shows us that there is a direct effect of planetary position, something that is happening thousands and maybe perhaps even more light years away on each and every one of us. And we do have some kind of effect on the planetary positions. And this is what our Vedic rishis and our scientists of the inner world had understood for thousands of years prior to this. And the entire science of Jyotisha, of Vedic astrology, is brought to you, is understood by Vedic rishis thousands of years before. They understood that there is a huge energy with the planets that is affecting each and every one of us. And they did this not with any technology of the modern day, but with just pure science of the inner world and science, and just understanding the whole universe through the powers of third eye. Yes, and here's the Shastra Pramana for Navagrahas, where it says, Adityaya cha Somaya Mangalaya Budaya cha Guru Shukra Shanibhyascha Rahave Ketave Namaha. This is praying an ode to all of the Navagrahas, Aditya, beginning from the sun and all of the 9 planets, which we'll now be understanding a little bit more about. And we're going to be seeing one by one what is the role that they play in our lives. So first, understand the Puranic references of the Navagrahas' impact on one's destiny. In our Puranas, it states that stories and descriptions about Navagrahas as well as their impact are found throughout our epics, such as the Ramayana and the Mahabharata, including the Brahmanda Purana, the Matsya Purana, the Shiva Purana, and many other Puranas listed here. And while Maharishi Valmiki has given a detailed account of the planetary positions at the time of Brahma's birth, Maharishi Vyasa has sketched out the astral landscape leading up to the start of the Great Mahabharata War. These details have now proved extremely useful as we seek to ascertain possible dates for the key events of Ramayana and Mahabharata. References to the planets and deities associated with them are also found in ancient Greek and Roman literature and astrology. And so now we're going to be seeing a couple of references from our Puranas, including the Ramayana and Mahabharata, on the impacts of the Navagrahas on one's life. One of the most known impacts, or the one most known references, is the fall of Ravana, one of the main characters, or you can say the main people in the whole epic of Ramayana. And this actually happened in our Hindu history and is an example for each and every one of us to understand the power of Navagrahas. Ramayana highlights the defeat of Ravana at the hands of Shani. Having brought the Navagrahas under his control, Ravana made them lie face down on steps to his throne. And even Shani could not cast his spell on him as he was unable to face Ravana from his position. And it's at this time that Narada had come down to Ravana and mockingly told that he had no guts to face the Navagrahas, and that is why he made them lie face down. And that if he had the guts, he would tell them to face them. He would tell them to face him directly. However, with his pride pricked, Ravana ordered the Navagrahas to lie on their backs so that he would face them, but he did not understand that this was his downfall. This enabled Shani to cast his spell on Ravana and set in motion the events that brought down his final defeat, paving the way for the final battle with Rama. And another beautiful story from our Puranas, our history of the planetary effects, and also Krishna altering the planetary positions prior to the Mahabharata war, is the story of Duryodhana consulting the astrological guidance of Sahadeva. So Dronacharya, who is the guru of Duryodhana, had asked Duryodhana to contact Sahadeva, who was the twin brother of Nakula and the youngest of the Pandavas. He said that Sahadeva was an astrologer and that he would be the right person to consult. Duryodhana was then surprised, and he asked Dronacharya how he could ask his own enemy for an auspicious date for him to perform a Durga Puja to win the war. Dronacharya said to Sahadeva that he would never refuse if Duryodhana approached him just after Sahadeva's bath and the morning puja. The teacher also told Duryodhana that Sahadeva spoke the truth always and that Duryodhana could trust everything that Sahadeva said. So as you can see, Duryodhana here is about to exploit the truthfulness and vow of Satya that Sahadeva has taken up as an astrologer and the dharma that he upkeeps with his profession of astrology. So the following morning, Duryodhana went to meet Sahadeva just after the latter had finished his puja. He said to Sahadeva, although they were foes, he trusted Sahadeva to be a man of dharma and that he would perform his duty as an astrologer by speaking the truth. Duryodhana asked Sahadeva to consult the almanac and specify the right time to start the war in order to ensure victory for the Kauravas. And Sahadeva readily looked into the almanac, the Panchang, made some calculations and gave his predictions to the sun, to Duryodhana. And he said the following Amavasya, which fell 2 days later, was an auspicious time to perform the Durga Puja and commence the war, as that would guarantee Duryodhana's victory. And Duryodhana was, of course, very pleased that he got this answer from Sahadeva, and he thanked him and returned to his own army. But of course, this shocked Yudhishthira, Arjuna, Bhima, and even Nakula. But they were not particularly as upset with Sahadeva. They very well knew that Duryodhana had these kinds of treacherous qualities. And Sahadeva's character was of course being true to Jyotish Shastra and for the knowledge of astrology. The Pandavas, however, were sure that Bhagavan Sri Krishna could help them come up with a brilliant solution for the predicament that they were in. After a while, Bhagavan Sri Krishna smiled and with a twinkle in his eye said that he had thought of something. And Bhagavan had asked Yudhishthira, Bhima, Arjuna, and Nakula to not reveal his plan to Sahadeva. The following morning, Sri Krishna had led all the Pandavas to the riverside in order to perform Tarpanam. Tarpanam is the oblations to the ancestors, to the forefathers. And Yudhishthira was surprised and asked Bhagavan Sri Krishna why he wanted them to perform this ritual on a day before Amavasya. Traditionally, this ritual is performed on the Amavasya days. And Bhagavan asked the Pandavas to trust him and follow his commands. And so the Pandavas had started performing the Tarpanam for their father and ancestors. And this perplexed the gods in the heavens. The gods discussed among themselves and were trying to figure out what was Bhagavan Sri Krishna up to on planet Earth. And they grew extremely concerned, such that Surya Bhagavan and Chandra Bhagavan decided to approach Sri Krishna and ask him what was going on. And they asked Bhagavan why the Pandavas were performing the Tarpanam when it was not Amavasya. Bhagavan Sri Krishna, again with a twinkle in his eyes, said that it wasn't Amavasya. Of course, he knew that. But that was before Surya and Chandra had appeared before him to ask this very question. And since the two of them had appeared both together, then they were conjunct, and it was Amavasya. Amavasya was declared and the war had started. Bhagavan Sri Krishna cleverly ensured that Sahadeva did not go against the dharma of being an astrologer and being true to his profession. And yet he started the war at a time that was inauspicious for the Kauravas. And this is a divine intervention into the Mahabharata war that gives us an example of how the avatars can literally be able to harness all of the planets in their hands. Avatars being the very most powerful, the incarnations of the most ultimate energy in the whole universe. And not only has this happened in the time of Mahabharata, but also in the life of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism himself. And in just a few minutes, we'll be seeing and hearing from the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism how exactly that happened and how he narrates how Arunagiri Yogeshwara had literally brought down the planets in order for the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism to imbibe the knowledge of Jyotisha and Vedic astrology. And only incarnations have that kind of power over the cosmos because the space of oneness they are established in. Arunagiri Yogeshwara has demonstrated in the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism's life by bringing down the planets to teach astrology. And of course, we also have heard this story of Arunagiri Yogeshwara just changing the position of the planets for the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism as well. So now let us have a brief introduction to the Navagrahas. Let us see what they actually have impact on our lives and what they do. Nava actually means 9 and Graha means planets. So as per Vedic astrology, there are 9 planets that influence our lives. The position of the planets at the time of human birth will have an influence on his life and actions and reactions to different situations in his life. Every life as it has its ups and downs. When there's an improper planetary alignment for an individual, it's called a dosha. And due to these Navagraha doshas, people fall into depression and certain low moods. This low period may last for a period of time based on the power of that planet. However, this can be averted with intelligence, connecting to the cosmic intelligence to avert any hindrances in life and to bestow tremendous peace and success in life. And according to the Vedic traditions, these planets do have an effect on our human bodies and minds. So all of them, the Navagrahas, are Surya, Chandra, Mangala, Buddha, Guru, Shukra, Shani, Rahu, and Ketu. And each Navagraha works for our enlightenment. So Aditya is the sun, and he promotes strength and courage, health and prosperity, and relieves from chronic diseases. And he's worshipped in the Suryanar Kovil. Chandra is immensely beneficial for mental peace and charming personality, excellent control over emotions, and he keeps your inner space in coolness. And he is worshipped in the Kailashantar temple in Tingalur. And then there's Mars, the protector of Dharma. He controls the muscular system of the body and circulatory system. And he is worshipped in the Vaidishwaran Kovil. And we also have the Mercury, the planet who relieves from diseases related with the nervous system and body functions. And he grants wisdom, commercial success, and growth. And he is worshipped in the Svetaranyeshwara temple. And also there's Guru, Jupiter, the master of all of the grahas. And he is worshipped in the Apatsayeshwara temple in Alungadi. And Shukra, Venus, who symbolizes love and passion, and he is the giver of wealth, fortune, and luxury living, if positioned well in one's horoscope, and he is worshipped in the Agnishwara temple in Kanjanur. Then we have Shani, or Saturn, and he is very instrumental for reducing the intensity of hardship caused by adversities, and he is worshipped in the Tirunallar temple. We also have Rahu, who is represented by the demon's head. When Rahu is affected, one faces several miseries and obstacles in the way of success. And he is worshipped in the Tirunakeshwaram temple. And then we have Ketu, which is represented by the demon's tail. And he is a representation of karmic collection, both good and bad, spirituality, and supernatural influences. And he is worshipped in the Kira Perumpalam temple. Now let us understand Swamiji's deeper insights about Navagrahas in Swamiji's own words. The moment the consciousness enters the body, the energy level of the cosmos at the time of birth gets printed in that consciousness. Your inner space gets a print of the cosmic energy level and the position of the 9 major energy centers of the solar system. And the astrological planets are not only astronomical, they are energies. A particular energy of push and pull exists between them. The different energy positions clearly decide the cosmic energy level during the time of birth. And based on that, Jyotisha will be able to predict the course of life. Understand not exact incidences because you have freedom, whether you have freedom to decide whether to sit here or not, or read this or not. But it will decide your course of life, not exactly what you're doing at any point in time. The astrology manifested in the inner vision of the ancient rishis and sages of Hinduism. And these yogis and enlightened beings were able to see beyond the realm of names and forms, and they could feel and express the subtle reality that exists behind the cosmic phenomenon. As such, they perceived the primal powers of cosmic intelligence in the planets and stars, the macrocosm, and worshipped the cosmic powers within themselves, the microcosm, as powers of their very being. The next slide. Yes. So by concentrating intensely on the sun and other planets, they understood the movement of life force in their body. And by meditating on the life force, they also came to understand the movement of the sun and the planets in the heavens. Through this technique called samyama, they could unravel the secrets of the universe. They brought down their understanding into a system of Vedic science, which became known as Jyotisha, the science of light. And the major course of life, if you will get enlightened or not, can be predicted. Principles can be predicted, but not policies. Having an idea about your horoscope will give you intelligence and acceptance in your life. Intelligence to take decisions and the acceptance to bear the inevitable things. According to Swamiji, a seeker should have the basic knowledge about his horoscope. The Navagrahas also have an impact on the human system. And for instance, Surya provides longevity and good health. Chandra has an impact on the digestive system, fertility, and mental health. Mangala affects muscular strength. Buddha causes respiratory, skin-related issues. Guru impacts metabolism, liver, and pancreas. Shukra, the reproductive organs. And while Shani is associated with nerve-related issues, Rahu and Ketu with fears and phobias. And the basic misinterpretation of grahas, which all human beings have, is that some grahas do good and some don't. And this was revealed in the courtyard sessions with powerful cognitions about Navagrahas by Swamiji himself. And Swamiji gave the example of the 7.5-year transition for Shani and the Rahu effect. Some people believe that Shukra will do good in life and bring wealth, etc. But Swamiji had beautifully explained that the basis on which all grahas function is to lead human beings to Paramasivoham, the experience of the ultimate and enlightenment. And if a person is suffering from a pattern long enough, then Graha will intervene and give life situations where he is forced to break the pattern and move towards Paramasivoham. Swamiji said that Shani, Rahu, Ketu make one accountable for the smooth flow of the law of the cosmos. Shukra will shower you, but he will rule you through fear, and Buddha will intensify the effect of the Graha in which he joins. Like this, in every single planet, they guide us towards enlightenment and our existential energies that help us and guide us towards our ultimate goal. And that's why when we listen to our Guru, none of the grahas will have an effect because he is taking care of us. And he is taking us to the Paramasivoham experience in a sweet way. As long as we are integrated to him, grahas will not have an effect. Swamiji shared that if we are stuck in a pattern for a long time and unable to break it because of the non-listening space, then at that time, the grahas only handle us. So Swamiji has explained this in a little more elaborate detail, and of course we can hear it from Bhagavan himself. So let's now watch this video on the influence of Navagrahas on our enlightenment.
It actually represents Hindu cosmology. So, in this, please listen, in this sheet, Navagrahas are installed. In this 2D sheet, Navagrahas are installed with 3 colors. Varivadivu, Olivadivu, Kurivadivu. Means, in the form of mantra, in the form of figure, in the form of symbol. Varivadivu, Olivadivu, Kurivadivu. These are 3 colors. In the 3 color means is in the form of Navagrahas in the form of symbol and in the form, actual form, and in the mantra. 3 shapes they are installed, and each one of them are installed in one garbha. Their life is installed in one garbha. So 9 garbhas are on the plate. Then this represents 11 dimension. This 3-layer length, breadth, depth dimension. Inside 9 garbhas are kept representing 9 more dimension. The 11th space cannot be given in matter. It will be given to you as an initiation.
So understand, this represents Navagrahas and 11 dimensions. Sadashiva talks about it in Kamikagama, and Shastra Pramana we have, and Apta Pramana also we have. Tirumular, a great saint, he talks about it. Because in this the Trikala means the line form, visual form and mantra form. All three are there. It can be considered as deity and you can even do puja to it. In mandala, the visual form will never be there usually. But in the Navagraha mandala, it is written, the visual form has to be there. Because the visual form is there, now it is equivalent to a deity also. Not only a spiritual alchemy product, deity also. But you don't need to, there is no compulsion of maintenance. But if you want, you can worship. It is equivalent to an energy of a deity. It will nullify all the evil effects of grahas on you, and it will keep you very pleasant and complete with grahas. So naturally, they will not behave with you like a sadist. They will inform you, support you, and evolve you. See, I tell you, all the 9 grahas have been given a command by Sadashiva. Making every being experience Sadashivatva is their responsibility. Either by giving you right experience or wrong experience, they educate you to manifest Sadashivatva. Now, they will make it more easy for you. That's all. There will not be rude shocks, surprises, collapsing, waste of time, all that. So it will keep you in the space of completion with grahas.
What I mean by the word llKAILASH, listen intensely. Enlightenment ecosystem, literally enlightenment itself, in your own home, wherever you are. If you cannot come to Kailasha, it's okay. Kailasha can come to you. Kailasha coming to you is llKAILASH. I will revive Hinduism. I am a Hindu revivalist, not by any revolution, but by evolution. And setting model communities. Kailashas, enlightenment ecosystems, Sarvanya Pitas all over the world. All powerful cognition, knowledge, only when you live, power manifestation and possibilities manifestation happens. This is a fundamental truth. Hinduism cannot live exclusively as one sampradaya. No. All sampradayas of Hinduism is an ecosystem. So don't keep quiet thinking that if one sampradaya is attacked, only that sampradaya is going to be affected. All of us are ecosystem. I invite all of you to get involved and enjoy Hinduism by the principle of Dharmo Rakshati Rakshitaha. When you protect Dharma, Dharma protects you. We will make the whole planet Earth flourish spiritually. The spiritual prosperity will happen to the whole planet Earth. We all have to coexist together.
Just be alive for next 3 years. Don't die within next 3 years. Just don't die within next 3 years. Be alive. Somehow be alive. I'm working sincerely. I will reach you somehow. Somehow I will reach you. It's my commitment to humanity. Just don't die within next 3 years. I will reach you wherever you are, whichever corner of the world you may be. I will reach you with enlightenment. You manifesting the space, state, powers, being, Paramasivoham. It is possible, and it is possible for you. Paramasivoham will reach you with enlightenment science. I know he is going to do the job. Just be alive for next 3 years. Nothing else.
We get you health. We get you ability to build beautiful relationships in your life. We get you direct spiritual support, and we make sure you become wealthy. We won't stop giving you just good life. We will literally not stop till you live enlightened life.
Yes. And Swamiji also beautifully explains to us the powerful cognitions which Swamiji had imbibed from Arunagiri Yogeshwara, who had imparted the Paramashiva Jnana and Paramashiva Vijnana, and gave the powerful cognition how to interact, how to be prayerful and revere the grahas. What is the best way to receive the grahas is to absolutely be humble, respectful, and see them as their great existential energies. Swamiji explains to us a beautiful incident and how he had himself been absolutely humble towards the grahas in every instance in his own life. And taking example from Swamiji, each and every one of us should also have that same deep, profound humbleness that helps us on our path towards enlightenment and helps us navigate our ways with the help of the Navagrahas as we are on our path towards enlightenment. So now let us watch this next video on how the powerful cognitions of Paramashiva of being humble can help us.
suddenly, maybe the reasons known only to him, he decided to teach the whole science of Navagrahas, showing directly the grahas to me. And he just did something like this. I do not know whether he took me to the space of Kailasa or he brought the grahas to Arunachala, where I was sitting with him. I was sitting with him in the temple, in the Arunachaleshwara temple. Whether he brought them here or he took me there, I do not know. But suddenly I saw like a chess coins, all the Navagrahas, alive, living, moving. And I immediately bowed down to them. The moment I realized they are alive, I immediately bowed down to them. Then he started talking about every graha and explaining who holds what energy and who does what responsibility, and the whole science he transmitted into me, the whole knowledge of Jyotisha. As I said, the words he uttered and the quantity and quality of the information transmitted was unimaginable. He also taught me an important sacred secret. If you can bring a powerful cognition in you and do dharana, dhyana, samadhi on that powerful cognition and be humble to the grahas, understand? Humbleness pleases the grahas. Humbleness makes the grahas happy with you.
Yes. So now we can see next how Swamiji narrates beautifully with so much of loving reverence a very profound incident from his life during his relationship, the period when he had the darshan of Arunagiri Yogeshwara. At the mere age of 10 years old, Swamiji had the darshan of incarnation of Paramasiva himself, Arunagiri Yogeshwara, for a 9-month period, manifesting the ultimate guru-disciple relationship. And it's at this time that Swamiji had imbibed the knowledge of Paramasiva Jnana and Paramasiva Vijnana, the ultimate knowledge of enlightenment that today Swamiji is gifting to each and every one of us. And through this, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has given us the profound sacred secrets of manifesting the greatest guru-disciple relationship. In this, Swamiji narrates a beautiful incident of how Arunagiri Yogeshwara had brought down the Navagrahas in order to imbibe, in order to teach, demonstrate how the whole universe works in front of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. And this was just at the mere age of 10 years old in Tiruvannamalai. And Swamiji then goes on to explain how in Tiruvannamalai, in Kailasa and Tiruvannamalai, stands a beautiful relic of a beautiful representation of that very moment of when the Navagrahas had come down to teach Swamiji the whole science of astrology. And Swamiji beautifully narrates the history behind Kailasa in Tiruvannamalai and also this incident with Arunagiri Yogeshwara. Let's now watch this video.
Now let me come back to the story. He showed all the grahas and taught me the whole thing. Then after everything was done, he just moved the hand. I don't know whether he brought me back to this planet Earth or he sent the grahas back to their place. Everything was normal. And it was too much, I tell you. I was in awe. Anyhow, the whole knowledge transmission was done. Then I asked him, Swamiji, did you take me there and showed the planets, or did you bring the planets and showed me here? He laughed and said, hey, I brought them here. See, I saw 9 stones on the floor. He was laughing. He was trying to tell me that, hey, through these stones only I taught you. I brought them here. I said, then what was happening there? If the grahas are not there, what would have happened to the world, planet Earth? If somebody looks up, if the sun is not there, what will happen? He laughed and said, I froze the time. Nobody was allowed to look up. Please understand. I am telling as it happened. That's why I told him, please, you reveal, you utter the right words. I wanted the whole thing to be integrated. In integrity, with integrity. Let complete integrity be maintained with Paramashiva. He laughed and said, I froze the time so nobody can look up. Till the whole thing was happening, it was too much. I asked him, can I take these 9 stones? I wanted to keep them in my puja. He laughed and said, why just these stones? I'll install them. I'll put them in a land which will be later on can be beautiful temple. He just blinked his eyes. Both of us were sitting in a place where now the banyan tree is planted in Tiruvannamalai Adinam. That is precise spot. That was the spot. He put all the 9 stones and we both were suddenly sitting there. We just disappeared from the temple and appeared here. And he pushed all the 9 stones on the ground and said, this place will radiate the powers of Navagrahas. Later on, you will understand why I did this here. Of course, maybe after decades, many years, we got that property. Now the ashram is there. When I went back, I know that is the property. That is the reason I put Navagraha Vanas there. Nakshatra Vana in that area for all the grahas and nakshatras to be present and bless everyone. Whoever goes and sits and meditates on Arunagiri Yogeshwara there, with the powerful cognition of Paramasivoham, Arunachala will bless. Arunagiri Yogeshwara will bless. Paramashiva will bless and liberate all of them from all the malefic effects of planets. Go and sit in that Navagrahavana, Nakshatravana, and meditate
on the powerful cognition. Do samyama on the powerful cognition. Nityananda Paramasivoham. You are Paramashiva. Chanting Mahavakya. Do samyama. And be humble to Navagrahas. Be humble to Navagrahas. You will be blessed, liberated. No malefic effects will touch you. You will be free from all malefic effects, and you will be only blessed and supported, and blessings will be showered on you.
Nityananda. So now we've understood from Swamiji directly about how Arunagiri Yogeshwara had manifested this divine Leela in his life. And we have also discussed previously how the Guru's grace can give so much benefit and erase all effects of Navagrahas. In this next segment, we are going to be delving into the most compassionate and most cherished offering that you can do for the Guru's grace with the blessings of the Guru. And we'll be seeing how you can participate also in the upcoming programs with the Pratyaksha Pada Puja offering. So stay tuned and we'll be right back with you after a quick break.